So when we're talking to you about you and your needs, we want to understand where you are, where you're going, what you want to achieve and by when. We want to go through what your aspirations are for the future, personally, financially. We want to put that all into a plan and then provide a solution that's right for you. So what I'm going to talk you through is how we go about understanding your needs, how Tilney work, what we do, how we help you achieve what it is that you want to achieve, and the teams that we've got that can help you. So when we get to know you, we want to understand again what your time horizon is for planning when you want to achieve certain things in your life. And we take into account what your hopes and aspirations are for the future. We'll encourage you to look at the bigger picture of your planning. We'll help to educate you so you can understand when you make decisions that they're informed decisions and that they're relevant and appropriate. So we'll talk to you in a language that's easy to understand, that's appropriate for the way that you understand things. At Tilney, we have a very personal approach to how we invest in different teams that can help you in different ways, whether that be from an investment perspective or financial planning. We work together so that you have the right experience, and we'll make sure that the team that you work with is the right one for you. So we've talked a lot about your needs and what it is that you want to achieve and by when. Some of the things around that we want to talk to you about at the beginning under our 5-step process are: what steps are you taking? What have you done to date? Is it relevant for you? Is it tax appropriate? Do you understand the risk that you've been taking? Do you need to take risk? All of those things we want to sit and talk you through and help you understand, if you've made decisions previously, what they are and if they're relevant and appropriate. So we want to know more about you, understand your tax position, your marital status, if there are things that we can be doing for you as a family or individually that you maybe haven't done before. So understand if you're making the use of all the tax allowances that are available, because that can make your money work harder for you if you're paying the least amount of tax on returns. So we want to make sure that the risk that you're taking is relevant and appropriate. We also want to make sure that if you're going to access your capital in the future, you understand what the tax position is, of when that is and how we might address it. Or maybe we might make changes now that can work with a superior tax outcome in the future. So once we've analysed this and your time horizon and your planning and objectives for the future, we get we put the meat on the bones, we put a plan together that's relevant for you. Part of that will link to your tax status. We'll make sure that the actions that we take complement the planning that you've done so far, but also make sure that you're paying the least amount of tax in whichever way possible on any of your investments. So if you've got business interests, we will link that into the advice that we give to you, or if you've got properties or rental income, we'll make sure that all of that sits into the mix when we're providing advice to you. So then at Tilney, what we will do is we'll put together a very formal recommendation, we'll talk it through with you, we'll go through all of the paperwork and we'll begin the implementation of your plan. So that's your document, it's your Bible, it explains what we've done and why it's of benefit to you. So once that's set up and we've implemented your plan, it doesn't stop there. Things change all of the time in our industry. Legislation changes, tax allowances changes, your personal situation changes, life events happen. So it's really important that we have a very ongoing relationship with you, and we talk through changes as they happen, maybe before the budget or post-budget or tax year. So we'll work with you going through that and make sure if we need to make any changes to your life plan, we do it in the right way with the right context that's appropriate for you. So at Tilney, we aim to grow and preserve your capital. That's one of the things that we want to do with you. Part of how we go about that is we need to understand your emotional capacity around looking at the value of your investments going up and down, the way that you would react in respect of if you were investing and the market's dropped, would that give you sleepless nights? And we take that into account when we're talking about the risk that you will take that's appropriate for you. We'll also make sure that the risk that you take is relevant to what you want to achieve and by when. So we'll look at the returns that you might need to achieve your plan, or in fact, a lot of people might want to take risks. So we'll talk about the need and the want to take risk, and also your capacity for loss and your emotional feel about your resilience to loss as well. It's really important that we get that right with you, because that can set your expectations for the future, and then we can make sure that we're meeting them. So we've listened to what it is that you want, what you need, and with financial planning, we have a combined way that will work from a financial planning perspective that then works with the different investment solutions that we've got. We've got a whole breadth of experience within Tilney from an investment perspective, and it's right that we get the right experience and team for you so that we're doing things in the right way for you longer term. When we're talking about financial planning, from a financial planning perspective, we'll look through your different plans. So your retirement planning, your pensions planning, are you making the use of allowances? If you in a different situation, is your partner making the use of allowances? Do you want to save wealth for the future for your family and the children? Do you want to pass on wealth? Do you not want to pay the taxman too much money if you died prematurely? All of those things financial planning would take into account. So from a financial planning perspective, we will go through each area of what you need or what you want, and we'll help you understand, again, potentially with the use of cash flow, how you're going to get there, but more importantly, how we help you get there in a better way.